Welcome to day 25. So today is a grow day, so you know what that means. Get your meals in, get your recovery in, get your 30 minutes of mild to moderate activity in, and your stretching. I know I sound like a broken record when I keep saying this on the recovery days, but it is far too easy to neglect these important things on the recovery days and just brush them off to the side as a day where you can slack off a little bit from the diet and supplements. That is not the case. This is the day when your muscles are repairing themselves and recovering from the workout before. This is where you grow and get stronger so you're ready for the following workout tomorrow. So do not neglect the nutrition, the supplementation, and the active recovery today. So since today is a grow day, I'm going to answer one of your guys' questions. And today what we're going to be going over is, should you train to failure on this 12-week blueprint to muscle? Now, there's many topics in the fitness industry that get a lot of debate going one way or another that are more polarizing topics, and this is definitely one of them. There seems to be the camp that believes that going all the way to failure is not necessary at all, and in fact can be harmful, and it's much better to leave some reps in reserve and train higher volume with shorter rest periods in between sets. There's the other camp that says training to complete failure is the best way, and you want to train with lower volume, and in order to really stimulate that growth, you need to train to failure. There's definitely examples on both sides of people who have been successful either way. For example, Jay Cutler, 4-time Mr. Olympia, hardly ever trained to failure. He trained hard, but he trained high volume and not really to complete failure. Now, on the other side, you have Dorian Yates, who trained very low volume and trained completely to failure, and he was a 6-time Mr. Olympia. So you have people on both spectrums. Mike Mincer, great bodybuilder in the past, trained very low volume and to failure. Arnold Schwarzenegger trained much higher volume and not to failure. Great bodybuilder. So you have to kind of experiment and find what works best for you. But to specifically answer your question, what is optimal for this trainer, and what have I personally found to give me and my clients the absolute best results? And the answer is, you should train as close to failure as you need to progressively overload from the previous workout. So for those of you who have the workouts, you know the repetition range, you know what you're supposed to be hitting and how you're supposed to be progressively overloading based on the training overview video. So if you add some weight or add a couple repetitions from the previous workout in the current workout without going all the way to failure, then that's okay. You can go ahead and stop there. Definitely push yourself to the point where it's challenging, but as long as you're progressively overloading and either reps or weight from the previous workout, you don't have to train to complete failure, because you are providing your body that new stimulus, whether it's more reps or more weight, to grow. As this trainer goes along, though, I find more and more of my progressive overload sets from workout to workout are getting closer and closer to failure. And that's just natural. The weight jumps and increases that I made at the start of the program are going to slow down as I'm able to find more and more challenging weight for myself. So I'm pushing myself closer and closer to failure. The one thing on this program particularly that you want to avoid is going beyond failure. So focus taking it to the point where you go to failure, but not beyond. So usually that means going to positive failure with perfect control and still being able to get some control out of the negative. So for example, if you're doing a set of bicep curls, once you get to the point where you can't get the weight up anymore past this with perfect form, you're going to slowly lower the weight as slow down to the start as you can, and that's going to be the end of your set. You're not going to do any cheat reps where you swing it up and really fight the negative. You're not going to do any extra bench presses where you have a spotter lift the weight to the top and then slowly go back down to the bottom. Now, this can be great for some training splits, but for this trainer in particular, that defeats the purpose, because you're adding in extra variables that will make it so you can't accurately track progressive overload into the next workout. Plus, if you're going beyond failure on every set of every exercise, the way these workouts are structured, you're going to burn out after a couple weeks of this trainer. It's just impossible to progressively overload at the fast rate that we're going for while going beyond failure on so many different exercises. So push yourself, train with intensity. As Greg Doucette would say, train harder than last time, beat your previous workout. But this doesn't mean you need to go beyond failure. Remember, the entire goal of this program is to put on as much muscle as possible in as short of a time as possible. So we're trying to stimulate that growth and still allow the body the ability to completely recover in between workouts. As Lee Haney would say, stimulate, don't annihilate. So we're going to push it hard, but not to the point where we can't recover for the next workout. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions about that, you can feel free to reach out to me in the comments section below. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your grow day, and I will see you tomorrow for another workout.